Hello Warriors, my name is John Kannenberg and this is the Sword Streaming. In some on-campus news, the Wisconsin Lutheran College Concert Band presented its midwinter concert last Friday. The band performed 9 different songs by a variety of composers. Here's a clip from the concert. The band concert wasn't the only musical festivity on campus recently. Student band Baby Carrots gave a rockin' performance in the Woo for students to jam out and enjoy while they snacked on Olive Garden soup and breadsticks. The band turned it up to an 11 with drum and guitar solos to get the crowd going and provided an all-out, amazing mini concert. Moving to on-campus sports, the men's basketball team's season came to an end as the Warriors fought a tough battle against St. Norbert in the NACC tournament quarterfinal. The game saw the Warriors string together a comeback, forcing overtime with the Green Knights before ultimately falling 87-78. The women's team saw a bit more success, taking down Lakeland and Edgewood on their way to the NACC championship game. The Warriors were met there by the Green Knights of St. Norbert, the team who had handed them their only loss of the season a mere 2 weeks earlier. The Warriors trailed at halftime, but fought back in the second half, eventually avenging their prior loss with a 51-43 win. This year marks the 4th time in 5 years the women have taken the NACC title. Their win also earned them a spot in the NCAA Division III tournament, where they faced off in a first-round matchup against the Titans of UW-Oshkosh. It was a back-and-forth battle, but the Warriors ultimately fell 42-48, bringing an end to their fantastic season. Last Sunday, both the men's and women's tennis teams faced off against a difficult Loras team. While both teams ultimately fell 2-7, there were bright spots to the day as well, including wins by senior Evan Sadowski and freshman Asa White in singles for the men, as well as a singles win by sophomore Sky Pope and a doubles win by sophomore Izzy Hawley and freshman Alethea Schmidt for the women. The 9-7 women are back in action in Dubuque, Iowa next Saturday as they face the Spartans of Dubuque University, while the 5-5 men have a bit of a break before they face Olivet Nazarene at home on March 25th. The men's and women's track teams finished their indoor seasons at the NACC Indoor Championship 2 weeks ago, and their record-breaking season continued with 5 new records. Senior Sam Rodmeyer won the heptathlon while breaking his own school record in the event, as well as the school record for pole vault. Junior Brooke Grassland broke the 800-meter record and contributed to the women's distance medley relay team record as well. The men also broke the school record for the distance medley relay. The record-breaking didn't stop there, as the following weekend saw sophomore Zeke Mitchell break the school record in the mile and super senior Kendra Schumacher break her own records in the 60-meter and the 200-meter at the Ripon NCAA final qualifier in Multi. Schumacher also earned a spot in the 2022 NCAA Division III Indoor Track and Field Championships tomorrow and Saturday in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. The men's volleyball team took 3 more losses to Maranatha, Illinois Tech, and Lakeland this past week. The baseball team opened its season with 2 losses in a doubleheader against the Lawrence Vikings last Saturday. While the first game was a bit lopsided with a score of 5-13, the Warriors stayed close with the Vikings in the second game, falling by only 1 run in a 4-5 deficit. The team star player of the day was senior Ryan Dominic, who went 7 for 8 and hit 4 home runs across the 2 games. The Warriors' next games will be a part of their annual spring break trip to Fort Myers, Florida, where they begin with a doubleheader against the Skidmore Thoroughbreds. For some off-campus sports news, the Wisconsin Badgers finished out their season with a disappointing and shocking loss to the Nebraska Cornhuskers last Saturday. Their loss was made even worse when Illinois took down the Iowa Hawkeyes, granting the Fighting Illini the number 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament due to their advantage over the Badgers. The Bucks came out of the All-Star break with a loss to the Nets, but then won 6 straight, including a rematch of last year's finals against the Suns. They look to continue their winning streak in their next game on the road in San Francisco against the Golden State Warriors this Saturday. Before we conclude another episode of Sword Streaming, just a reminder that spring break is nearly here, with tomorrow being the students' final day of classes before a week off to enjoy some time with family and friends and just relax before heading back into the busy final weeks of the semester. Enjoy your time off. Once again, I'm John Kannenberg. We thank you for watching, and God's blessings on your spring break.